Hello, everybody, and welcome live to the BMHL network, where today we have the Orlando Wolves versus the Seoul Bolts. We are here at the Unknown Arena, and we are about to start here, but we are waiting for the intros to end and the anthems to play. Tonight's refs are the Dark L Raven and Viva Dog, and this is kind of embarrassing. And our starting lineups are about to come out. Looks like today's game will be 4-on-4, and our ref is already dead. Hilarious. And refs are already having problems with the puck. And they got it. Again, our refs tonight are Viva Dog and the Dark L Raven. And it looks like we're about to start. The teams are lined up at center ice, and Orlando has too many players. The Bolts owned by Spurs Rock, and the Wolves owned by Weighted Chip. Bolts in white, and the Wolves in blue. And we're having puck problems again. And it looks like we're finally going to start. And he does not drop it on center ice. It is 6:03 Eastern Time, and we are underway. And the clock hasn't started. And our clock starts. Bolts with it now, trying. He's with it now on. Oh, and it's stopped by the goalie. Cleared out, tipped by Orlando, and we are in the Bolt zone. No icing called, and we will begin to hit each other in the corner. Moves out to the middle of the zone. Bolts try to clear it, and everybody's losing entry. Puck lag, and Orlando has it, and it goes up. And Bolts clear it, and that should be an icing. And ref calls no ice. Center ice now, Orlando going in. Hit, breakaway, shoots, no entry. Blocked by the goalie. Scrambling for possession right here. Puck lags in the air. No cover. Oh, and it teleports to the glove, and that will be a cover. Bolt zone. And it looks like we're having some fun between Orlando and the Bolts. And puck drops, and Orlando wins it. We're going into the corner. Bolts attempt to clear it, stays in the zone. Again, and they finally clear it. No ice. Defense for Orlando will attempt to shoot it out, but the Bolts are heading in. Goes to the blue line, stays in, and Orlando clears it. Or not. Stays in, no offsides. Okay, now it's out. And alright. Stays in, almost hit the goalie there off the boards. And it will be hit into the Bolt zone. I do not think that will be an icing, and it is not. Bolts calling for a change. Orlando will clear it. Almost out of play. It looked like it did hit the inside glass and bounce back in, but it will. Are we live, ban? Alright. Alright, we're back after some technical difficulties, and we are in the Wolf zone. Bolts trying to get it in, and it's a 4-on-1 defense up. And it is cleared, and that will not be an icing as the goalie stops it. Cleared by the goalie, and stopped at center. And it looks like there's a penalty. And it's going to be a too many men on the Wolves. Looks like they attempted a 5-on-4, and they will be receiving a too many men penalty. Four shots for the Wolves, and they will be going on the penalty kill. Hopefully a chance for the Bolts attempting here, as they have no shots. Puck is dropped, penalty clock hasn't even started. And they tried. Didn't work. And the pen clock has started. Bolts trying to keep it in. The Wolves are doing everything they can to get it out. Weighted chip on him. Oh, he shoots, hits a man. Oh, beautiful shot, goes right over the net, top left. And it is stopped, no offsides on the blue line. And it will miss the net again. Still no shots on goal for the Bolts. And we continue to play on. We are still in. Bolts still scrambling, trying to get a goal, and it is cleared by the Wolves. No ice, penalty kill. And goalie will not be able to get it. Wolves taking it around, trying to get us shorthanded. And it is cleared by the Bolts, and that it's not an icing, stops right at the red line. It was cleared by the Wolves goalie, and it is stopped by a Bolts player who shoots it wide of the net. 26 seconds left on the power play for the Lightning, and they're trying to get it in, not even covered, and the ref stops it. The ref stops the play for some reason. Puck was never covered. We stop with 3:01 left in the period, 19 seconds left on the power play for the Bolts. Bolts getting in a change, and we will start. Wolves need one on. And the puck is dropped. Looks like the Bolts lost a man as he possibly left the game. And it possibly will become a 4-on-3 and it's going to become a 4-on-3 for the Wolves because the Bolts seem to be missing a player. Bolts trying to clear, and it goes. Shot in. Still only 3 on for the Bolts, and the Bolts will go in. Stopped by the defense, and it goes in. And a Wolves player will take it in as it went into the zone. He shoots wide of the net, followed up by the Bolts defense, who shoots it out after a huge hit. And that hit will be clean. And apparently something happened. And it is an icing. Is it? The refs have not given a reason for puck stoppage, and it was an icing. The Bolts finally get 4 on, and they get a little change here. Like we're still attempting to drop the puck here. And it looks like I've just noticed that everybody on the Wolves is wearing the exact same number for the captain weighted chip. And we will attempt to clear it. Oh, and weighted chip with a beautiful goal right beside the goalie. Right around him. And we have a goal for Orlando. And it will become 1-0 with 1:42 left in the first period. Can't seem to tell who scored because everybody is wearing the same name tag and number. And it looks like it was weighted chip to score. Bolts look like they have too many men, and one guy gets off finally. Wolves only on 3 on, and they okay. It's like they're having, and they finally got one. And the puck is dropped, and the Bolts will gain possession. Almost got it in, and he took it out, almost getting it offsides there. Enters the Wolves zone, and it exits again by the Wolves defense. Bolts trying to shoot it in the zone. Wolves will gain some speed for their defense and attempt to clear it into the Bolt zone. And it clears. It should be an icing, and the ref calls no ice. Probably shouldn't have been an ice, but it is no ice. Wolves attempting to score almost slid it right through him on the side. No goal. And the Wolves again attempt to score, and the Bolts get it out. 40 seconds left in the period, and looks like we're about to enter the Wolves zone, and the Bolts take it, breakaway, and he loses it. Gains it again, tries to get it around the defense, and he just can't do it. Gets dumped into the goal line. Bolts trying to make something work here. Nobody's there for the defense, and it will not be kept in. 6 seconds left. Wolves trying to get it out. Trying to make the final move. And the period will end. First period is over. Orlando with 1 and Seoul with 0. Shots on goal, Orlando 6, Bolts 1. And puck is dropped, hit by Orlando into the Bolts side, and it looks like the Bolts tried to take it, and the Bolts will dump it into the Wolves zone. No ice. That looks like it tipped. That should not be an ice. Good call by the ref. Bolts attempt to clear it out of their zone. Wolves trying to get some possession here. Nobody on it. And Bolts have it, and they lose it. They get it out of their zone. Trying to cross center ice. Doing everything they can here to clear it out. They pass center ice, almost get into the Wolves zone. And it's in. And alright, we're still in. The Bolts will attempt to score here. Trying to stick handle do some fancy work, and they cannot do it. Wolves attempt to take it into the Bolt zone, and they lose it to the Bolts defense. Bolts on a breakaway. Can they get it here? Very wide. Didn't want to. Went simple, and it cost him. Went too wide. And it will go into the Bolt zone. No ice. Wolves beat him. Huge lag right there. That may have been only me. Holy crap. Alright. Huge lag right here for me. I don't know about anybody else, but it's puck's moving not much, but it's going. Bolt's still trying to get it out while the Wolves are attempting to get it in. Puck goes towards the goal. The Bolts tried to play it through the middle. Almost, and it's going to clear the zone. A possible breakaway for the Bolts gets taken. And the Bolts are still going to try and get it in. Looks like a bunch of sticks are going through the bench. That could cause too many men if hit by the puck. Bolts can't clear it as it deflects off another player. It will be dumped into the Bolt zone, cleared by the Bolts. And no offsides as it stays in the Bolt zone. He shoots, and another goal for the Orlando Wolves. What a goal. That was a good goal. Trying to figure out who scored out here. His name tags are removed, and everybody is wearing the same jersey. The crowd is going absolutely wild here. Many people in the DJ booth vibing. Like they got a VIP pass. It is now 2-0 with 7:10 left in the second period. And it sounds like Groach 16 scores the goal for Orlando. Huge goal there as they up their lead by 2 against the Bolts. Bolts taking a little bit to line up. This could possibly be a delay of game. Arguments here for the Bolts. DOG 1M10 coming up. There are 4 on for the Bolts, and the puck is dropped. I don't think anybody was ready. And the clock goes on. And it looks like we are cleared out of the Bolt zone. Orlando with it almost sniped it. The goalie goes right over. And looks like the Bolts, something happened. The puck has the whistle was blue. And apparently one of the teams had too many men on the ice. One of the refs saw too many men. Trying to figure out who it was. And now this YouTube video might get copyright striked by Weird Al. And it looks like the Bolts were the ones with too many men. And Orlando will line up with another power play here. Nope, their first power play, sorry. 10 clock hopefully will be set up soon. About 7 minutes into the second period, the Bolts will get a penalty. Wolves with the power play. Bolts can't really figure out that they are on a penalty kill. And the ref is trying to get into a drop the puck position, and he has no idea what he is doing. And he just drops the puck very wide, and it happens. Clock is going on. Bolts attempting to clear it. Wolves almost had a shot there. Looks like the goalie is being blocked by a Bolt player, and it will be covered. Looked like it was covered a bit late. It was blowed a many time before it happened, but it will be a whistle and covered by the Bolts goalie. Wolves trying to get a man on, and I don't think this ref knows what he's doing. He drops the puck very wide. Goalie wasn't ready. Hit the post, no goal. And it will be dumped by the Bolts into the Wolves zone. Wolves trying to set something up here, and the Bolts have it. They're trying to clear it in to the zone, and it goes in the zone. Almost past the center, but gets deflected and goes towards the blue line. We will pass the blue line, and Orlando may get a breakaway here. And no. Bolts clearing it, and it will be cleared by Seoul. Dumped by the Wolves, tipped in the zone. Should not be an ice. It will not. Wolves trying to set something up here. Almost a good shot. Went wide. Could have been a pass, but also did not get it. Bolts attempting to clear. Deflects off a Wolves player. It almost goes out of play. And the Bolts will clear it. 21 seconds left on the power play for the Wolves, and the Bolts will regain. Nope, they will not. A little hit happening behind the net, and there will be a scramble behind the net. Wolves take it, attempting to set something up, and another little mishap going in, and it goes out of the zone, and it looks like the penalty power play is over. Penalty door finally closed. No offsides there. And Bolts almost sniped it. That will be a shot on goal. That will up their shot on goal countage to 2. Another shot wide. Bolts attempting to clear it, doing everything they can, trying to slap it out. Shoots behind the Bolts taking it in. Wolves still trying to clear it. In the air, and it will go into the corner. Bolts with it now, trying to set something up. Looking for their first goal to get a 1-goal behind. And it will be cleared out of the zone. It looked like it was tipped in the air and should not be an ice. And he called, and the Wolves make it first, and the refs do not call an ice. The Wolves got a shot on goal, blocked by the goal. Possible save of the game there. That was a beauty. Bolts trying to clear it. They do, and that might be an icing. That should be an icing. Nope, goalie comes out. It will not be an ice. Bolts trying to get something here as it stays in the zone. Almost had something up there, and it will be taken by Orlando. Maybe not. Bolts trying to get something back again. A shot and a beautiful goal right there by the Lightning, by the Bolts. That was a beautiful goal right in the corner. I don't see any chance of a goalie saving that one. Beautiful. Trying to figure out who stopped that because, like I said, that was a beautiful. We're still trying to figure out who scored. Got a Bolts player without a jersey in dark. The rest might not allow it. And it is scored by Janitor Close. Oh, never mind. It was not. There we have a staff on the ice. And he will move on. Alright. Goal scored by Preds. Give me 1 sec. It was Preds fan 59 with a beautiful goal. And oh man, Wolves attempted to clear it, and he gets beautifully hit. Possible interference, but it looked like he played the puck. And it looks like the refs are not going to call anything. And somebody just AA'd. It looked like somebody flinged one of the players. And the refs are not going to call anything. That should be an admin abuse, and they will not be calling anything. Crowd's going crazy. 3 staff members are complaining. It's dumped into the Wolves zone and will be cleared by the goalie. Stays in their zone, however. Lightning trying to set something up, but it looks like same team, 2 players from the Bolts are trying to take it. Still no stoppage. And all the Bolts are together. This is probably why nobody has entry. Player finally gets a jersey. Slap shot attempt. It will deflect and bounce towards the blue line, but it will not cross. Wolves only have 2 players on, in the zone at least. The 3rd player is towards center ice, and he will enter. Wolves still missing a player. No penalty right now. 1 minute remaining in the second period. Possible too many men. Doesn't look like it. Should not be too many men. And it's dumped by a Wolves player, and that should be an ice. Ref with his arm up. Still has his arm up, and he will call the ice. There should not be a too many men. Orlando only have 3 players on. There was no penalty. and they don't know, and the players have no idea where the face-off will be. And it looks like there will be a double penalty here. 2 penalties. And it'll be a 3-on-3 here. Delay a game on both teams because they cannot figure out where the face-off should be. And it looks like they're just going to drop it at the offside dot. And they drop it. Bolts win possession. And they will attempt to put it in the Wolves zone. 3-on-3, 26 seconds left in the second. Bolts slap it in. It looks like it was tipped. That should not be an icing. And it will not. Oh, a beautiful stop it to stop the puck and a huge hit. That looked like an interference, but it will not be called. Wolves trying to clear it. Other players still on the ground. And the period will end. And for some reason, the period light is in the crowd. And it looks like we have some non-hockey players here. As somebody is about to drop the puck. Bolts player not ready for the face-off, and it will be dropped. And it looks like an AA happens, and will the refs call it? The door is open. Refs are not calling an AA. I hope this ref does not close the door because he will blow the whistle, and the door gets closed. For some reason, the refs are not calling the admin abuse. And it looks like an in happened, and the ref will be calling it. A shot goes wide. Bolts touch it, and it looks like an interference will be called on the Bolts, or a trip. I don't know what's being called right now. The ref just called it a trip, and it looks like it's going to be a 3-on-2 for 50 seconds. And it looks like players are arguing with the refs again. They're having some issues. Bolts get a man in the box. Bolts will have 2 in the box. It should be and we have a 3-on-2 for 50 seconds. The ref is facing the wrong way, and he just dropped. Okay, a huge opportunity, and it will be covered by the goal. And it looks like he cannot drop it. And the ref picks it up. And I don't think the ref's going to drop it correctly again. And he does not. And the puck will be dropped. 40 seconds left on the double penalty. 40 and 35 seconds left of 3-on-2. The Orlando takes it around and will attempt to set something up for before keeping the power play. Goes into Orlando zone. It will not be an ice. Attempted to clear, could not get a good shot off. And the Bolts are trying to get something to work. Both of their players are playing offense for some reason. And the double penalty is over. Orlando is at full. Orlando will be at full strength, and the Bolts will be down by 1. Bolts almost went out. It will not be an offsides. Huge shot there, goes wide. Orlando trying to clear it out, try and make something work with the power play. 42 seconds left on the power play, and we are in the Bolt zone. No ice. Again, the Wolves are trying to set something up here. Off the side of the net, no goal. Almost shot out by the Bolts, and it gets deflected off of the Wolves. Probably said that wrong. If I did, I apologize. And the Bolts are trying to get a shorthanded goal here. And a change for the Wolves, and somebody has no jersey. And the Bolts are going to try and set something up here. They got a man in front of the net, goalie's out of position, and the power play will end. Orlando clears it, and that should be an icing. That should be an icing. And it looked like and it will not be an icing. That is an Orlando player, and it looks like he will not. The whistle was blown there. It was not. Orlando trying to keep it in, dumps it back in. It looks like a too many men should have been called after a Bolts player stick on the bench hit the puck. That should not be an icing, or at least it shouldn't. Yeah, it should. And it will not. It's dumped by Orlando, and that one should be an icing, but Orlando makes it first. I'd like to remind everybody who's also really mad at the refs that these are not hired refs, and this is their qualification. Orlando trying to get a goal there. For some reason, people are saying that should have been an ice. Bolts with a breakaway, no goal. He loses the puck right. Oh, and it goes in. And they tie it. Nope, no goal. The refs are calling no goal. It will not be tied. Possible, and it looks like a goalie interference. What happened? It looks like a goalie interference. The goalie did not have it. The goalie did not have it covered, and it went. That should be a goal. It should be a goal. I don't think the goalie did not have it covered, but one of the ref said Wolves players are saying int, and the goalie is saying that he had it covered. And the puck is still in the goal, and the officials will be reviewing the play. If this is a goal, this will be a 5 shots for the Bolts with 1 goal. That should have been if it's not a goal, it should be for goalie interference. It didn't look like he ran into the goalie. somehow the Bolts are holding up here, which is actually kind of surprising for most people who have never, who know about this league. Like we're reviewing it. The goalie did not have it covered. He did have it, but he did not, which means he did not fully have possession of the puck. In BMHL, the goalie has to have it gloved for it to be covered. And it looks like it's going to be a goal for the Bolts as we go ahead and drop the puck here. The Bolts, both teams are really going to try to untie this with 6 minutes left in the third period. Possible, no offsides as we get into the Bolt zone. Off the glass, and it will bounce behind the net, behind the goal line. Wolves trying to get something to work here, and he gets hit. Good hit. No penalty. And players calling too many men. I don't. Looks nope. The Wolves will continue a 3-on-1, and another player will go up to center ice to help his teammate. Bolts desperately trying to get their entry back to get a. Bolts taking it around the goal and trying to knock it away. A slap shot. It's deflected and will not. It will not leave the zone. Shot, and it will go wide. And it will cross the line. Wolves are taking it into the zone. 3-on-1. And the Bolts were hit by their own player, a defender hit by his own teammate. There is two offsides, and he will not. Shot on goal. Good pass. Good save there. A shot wide, high but wide. The goalie went low for that shot. That could have cost him if it was in. Four minutes to go. Any goal could possibly be the ender. Bolts desperately getting it out, spamming slap shot and hitting WASD like holy hell. And the Bolts finally clear it. That should be an icing. But it looks like the Bolts will make it before the Wolves, and the icing is called off. Bolts trying to make something happen. They attempt. Pass goes deflected off a defender. And it stays in. A shot wide. Another tiny shot into there. Will not happen. Bolts still with possession. Two players trying to take the puck from the offender. And it will fly high, but it stays in the zone. No shot will take place. Slap shot attempted, kept by his teammate, and it will leave the zone. It looked like that player was hit by his own player, and he's calling an int on that. And it looks like a fan just got glitched through the glass and will not. The Wolves still trying to get it out. 2.5 minutes left. Any goal should be the game change. Bolts with possession, and they lose it. Bolts, oh man, oh, and it's in! The Bolts with a huge game changer right there. A right post and in. That was not covered. And the Bolts could win the game now. A huge game changer there. And this may be the end of the Wolves for tonight. With 2:15 left in the third. Bolts are still celebrating. Trying to see who scored. And that's an AA. That's an AA by the DJ. A staff player kind of AA'd, but it will not happen. Almost the Wolves are really trying to make something work here. Bolts are trying, and the Bolts are just trying to up their lead and secure the win. About 2 minutes left in the period, and an AA happens. Too many. It's a too many men. I didn't see it, but looks like it was a too many men on the Bolts. No, it's on the Wolves. That is not good for their. That is not good. The Wolves need somebody in the box, and everyone is refusing to go in. And this is not going to help the Wolves' chances in this qualification tournament. I gotta admit, I don't think anybody expected a Bolts win here. I don't see anybody going in the box. I saw there was a too many men, and it looks like nobody will be going in the box. And the ref drops it very wide of the dot. Music still playing, and it will finally turn it off. That should be an ice, but it looks like the Wolves hit it first, and it will not be an ice. Wolves, oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. That the Bolts goalie almost cost them by moving out of the net. Wolves are desperately trying to, to tie it back up. It looks like the Bolts goalie is having issues here. Bolts are trying to clear it, secure their win. Wolves stay with it again. A shot deflected. No shot. And the Bolts will clear it. Goes wide of the goal. No ice. Goalie stops it. The Wolves will try and clear it out, get it to their offensive. The offense. 50 seconds left in the third period. It looks like there was supposed to be an Orlando penalty, but they do not have a man in the box, but it will stay. It is 3-on-4. In the Wolves zone. This may not help the Wolves' chances to come back. Wolves are getting it out of the Bolt zone, of their zone, and they're trying to take it. Oh man, a beautiful dangle right there, and he loses the puck right before his shot. 10 seconds left. Oh man, he has it. A beautiful save. Another shot could not happen. Goalie trying to cover here, and the period will end, and that's it. And at Unknown Arena. This is a tournament miracle. And somebody just lagged the entire game by TPing all. That is a game changer. Wow. I don't think anybody expected that. And the Nuke Gang is striking now. The Nuke Gang has struck